Hello guys, Bobo here. This is the first episode in a new series, Solve Problems, Buckler Solutions. It sounds a little bit silly and it will probably get sillier with time, but it's also fun, so that's what we're gonna go with. So what I'm gonna be showing you here is a condensed version of my weekly Sword and Buckler specialized class. And when I say specialized, I mean that this is the one class where we do just Sword and Buckler. And it's usually 30 minutes of drilling and about an hour of sparring. We do everything in full gear at medium to high intensity. A lot of the drills I'll show you can be done at lower intensity with lower gear. Keep in mind that this is not specifically made for you or for a general public. It's just what we train, and I'll try to edit it weekly and publish it weekly for you. Enjoy! Okay guys, today we're starting with a simple parrying drill, and specifically a competitive parrying drill. Fence ready attacker has 2 attacks of any sort that he can throw. And my task as fencer B, the defender, is to just parry them and deliver a strike. There is nothing else to it, it's not a game, it's a competitive drill, so he's doing everything he can to deliver those 2 attacks. When he delivers those 2 attacks, he stops, and I try everything to defend them. I can defend them with sword and buckler together, sword and buckler separate. For starters, now try to cover the 2 attacks and not to attempt to get inside them and counter. Again, I'm working to do 1, 2, and enter afterwards. And that's the first version of it. Aide. Change in addition. Attacker again defends with attacks with 1, 2 blows. I can parry them as the defender and attack afterwards. The attacker cannot parry, but he can jump back and escape. So it's 1, 2, and he can escape my blow. But to make it a little more gamey, I have a second option. And my second option is not to wait for the second blow, a little bit further back, yeah. Not to wait for the second blow, deal with the first, and try to attack immediately before the second is loaded, or counter it directly. Let's go for it. Okay. Okay, next exercise. Now we want to make things a bit more tiresome. So we get into distance, and when I say into distance, we try not to be too far away, so we can reach each other with a step. And we are aiming for, as much as we can, perfect parry-riposte. So we have a person who starts, an attacker, we have a defender, and afterwards we roll around with the parry and riposte. What does that mean? It means that if I'm the attacker, I throw a blow, you parry it, you immediately throw a riposte. I parry it, I immediately throw a blow. And we go on until one of us lands a blow and the other one doesn't defend. Now, to make this a sensible game, the person who's made a successful parry last, if a double happens afterwards, he gets the point. The point here is imaginary, it's a game. So if we do something like that, happen like this, you're the first attacker, I riposte, parry till we can. And if I've parried and I throw a riposte and you decide to just go in, it's priority for me. And that's just for the purpose of the drill, so we can sort of force the defender to always be a defender till he deals with the attack, and then he can riposte. And you continue until there is a hit. But check your distance. If you go too far away, it's not gonna work. If you get too close, in the meantime, at some point someone is gonna get hit. If it doesn't happen, you start bashing each other with the bucklers, please restart. Okay, let's go. Okay guys, one thing that you might have noticed with the previous drill, the last drill, is that with parry-riposte, and when that is the goal, the moment that people crash into very close distance, either both get hit or someone gets hit, or the parry-riposte game continues, but it's very short and it gets very chaotic. There are not easily defined tempos, and it becomes a mess. And if we're too far away, it just doesn't happen. How it works is when we're sort of in the middle distance. Now we are playing this as a demonstration, but the ideal form of the drill will look something like this. Naturally, when you're actually trying to hit each other, when we're going at high intensity, it won't be as pretty and it will go much faster. The goal of this drill is to teach you, well, not teach you, it's to force you in a condition where even if you're extremely fast and you think you can get in before the other person has started their riposte, wait for it. Even if you have the upper speed, you have to be a lot faster than the opponent to be able to land safely and cover yourself in such a situation. And when someone delivers a blow and I parry it, I am in a very good tactical position. And it's much less likely for a double to happen. When I'm throwing a blow and it gets parried, I have to think about my defense first. Even if I think I can do something at the same time, most of the time it's not going to work well. Of course, we can do counterattacks, single tempo. That's a little bit more complicated and it requires very specific timing. We're done with the basic drills, but we will continue sparring. The first pass we're going to do are going to be with defined roles. One person can only thrust, the other person can only cut. So as a thrust fencer, I'm usually not explaining this. I'm letting the fencers figure it out, but for your sake I am now. As the person who is thrusting, I can of course react to the thrust, I can of course use cuts as beats. It's only that cutting blows delivered anywhere don't count, and the opponent is free to disregard them and continue. And in the same regard, if somehow the person who is cutting enters with a thrust, I can ignore it and just smash him, or in my case, thrust him and get the point. The point, figuratively. Okay, let's spar.